What's up, guys? We're getting ready to start page 3 in my journal. Page 3 is here, even though it looks like it says page 4, but that's because the marker went through. We'll start off from where we left off on the last one, page 2. If you want to see what's happening in the first 2 pages, you just need to go into the playlist. Go where it says Danny's Life or Danny's... Yeah, I think it says Danny's Life. Or DTMP Life or something like that. Go find it. Watch the first 2. This one will be up as soon as I get it up. Okay, it was called The Ring of Fire. Anyway, we never got to ride that ride because Crystal's boyfriend at the time, Josh, showed up and he was hanging out with Crystal and Vita and I. The Ring of Fire, guys, was basically like a roller coaster at a fair that goes just in a circle. That's all it does. And it just goes like this in a circle. And it spins. I never got to ride it. Matter of fact, I don't think I ever rode it. So, that should tell you. Well, anyways, later on, we seen this guy we will call Chris, which had some weed, and he wanted $5 for what he had. So we were like, okay, and got it, and went and smoked it all up. The stuff was pretty good. We had a great big buzz going on. Well, anyways, Josh's dad took me home. Josh's dad, Josh, and his family all hate me, and that's for a whole nother story. But Vita, which I thought was my friend, and Crystal, that I thought was my friend, they kind of threw me under the bus for something Vita did and blamed it on me. And I kind of let it go because I had a crush on Crystal, but now that I look back, it's like, man, I was stupid. But that's a whole nother story. If you want to hear that story, comment below, and I may tell that story. The next day, my dad set Johnny and I down, Johnny's my little brother, for a family talk. He said he wanted us to move to Ohio. I, to this day, kind of wish we would have moved to Ohio because life would have been maybe a whole lot different. But in another way, I didn't want to move to Ohio because if I'd have moved to Ohio, I wouldn't have Brianna, I wouldn't have Keenan. So I guess moving to Ohio would have not been a good thing because I wouldn't have had my 2 kids. But you never know. Life could have been different. But anyways, Johnny and I do not want to leave our friends. So this started the first real fight of our family. He said when we get older, we would not be a family anymore. Okay, man, did that get Johnny and I very mad. Many family fights would come after this fight. Well, to put it as nice as I can, our family goes way downhill, and maybe my dad was right. We would not be a family like we were, but we are still a family. He was right, 100%, guys. Our family never been close like we were before this date. Before this happened, our family was really close. After this happened, it never again were we all close, ever. Anyways, later on that day, I went over to Crystal's house, and she was outside swimming in the pool. So I went inside and talked to Vita. A few minutes later, Crystal come in the house and sat on my lap. I've always liked when a girl sits on you wet, all wet and stuff. It was like it was great. She was waving her hair up and down like the Suave shampoo commercial, and now my pants are drenched. Well, if you remember the Suave shampoo commercial, the woman would go like this, and their hair would just go, water would go everywhere. Well, that's kind of how this was. But, well, anyways, later on that night, we went and got a few movies and some junk food to eat for that night because we were going to try and see if I could stay the night. Crystal's mom said yes, if it was okay with my mom, so we called her. She said she would like to talk to Pat first. Pat is Crystal's mom. Pat told, and now you're going to have to wait, guys, for page 4. But sometimes I put these little cue cards things in there, which is stuff that I forgot to mention in it, and I remember later on. But this I don't think I forgot. It's kind of in there, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. Still to this day, the stuff my dad said about us not being a family has played into my mind, and it has come true. We are not a close family anymore. At one time, we all had a life together. Now I'm not sure what we got. And still to this day, guys, still to this day, there's really no life between our family. Yeah, I talk to my dad every day. I talk to my mom. My mom lives with me, so I talk to her every day. I don't see my brother except maybe 2 or 3 times out of the year, and it's pretty sad when you think about it. Things were so much better before that day. Before this day, things were so much better with our family. But anyways, guys, we'll get on page 4 later on. If you want to know the Josh uh, story and how his family, his mom and dad's become to hate me, because there's gonna be more stories about their family when I get with Stacy because of Elizabeth. But if you want to know this story, comment below and I may tell you guys this story. Hopefully you guys all have a great night. This is the end of today's. We'll get to page 4 next time.